Hey, so the piece of work that I decided to do this week for my discussion was actually my sister's kitchen floor. Um, I see it all the time, and I've never thought of it. I've actually kind of thought myself that I didn't like it very much, and when we first moved her in, she kind of said the same thing. But after living here a little while, it's grown kind of on it. It's grown on us. There's a little more appreciation for it, and I'll show it to y'all in a little bit. But it's basically just a kitchen floor, and it's a pale yellow background. Um, I mean, very pale yellow, and like almost white yellow, and it has pale blue swirls going around it. And then the blue swirls have black outlines. And I really think the black outlines kind of make the painting, the piece of work. I think the outlines make it because it really defines the swirls and it kind of makes them pop out at you. But that's all it is, all over the floor, randomly placed, and there are little swirls within the swirls. So like I said, when she first moved in, we were all kind of like, ugh, like that's loud, you know? But recently, she's been walking in the neighborhood, and the man who lived here before her now has children and lives in a house down the street. So, he saw her coming out the driveway one day and asked her if she lived here now, and she told him yeah. And he asked her immediately about the kitchen floor. And so we just thought that was funny because, no one ever asks about the kitchen floor. Most people try to avoid the conversation. But he asked about the kitchen floor, and he actually was like, oh, I lived here before you. I did that. And he was so proud of it. And he was telling her, he lived here in the 90s, and he was 20-something at the time, and he was moving into a house, and it was just too adult for him and too boring. So he wanted to do something to make it a little more lifelike. So he painted the kitchen floor, this crazy pattern, and it definitely brings color to the house. So yeah, and it was just crazy to think that something we were bashing, he kind of really is proud of, and I think that corresponds with the readings this week between art and craft. It's just such a thin line, and it can just change the whole entire piece of work. Being labeled as one or the other. Maybe his started as craft. I don't know. I'm sure he thought it was art the whole time. Maybe it could be considered craft, but I think to me that it's art because it's really emotional to him, and it brings a lot of pride to him and a lot of nostalgia and thoughts to him, and it really does bring the mood up in the room. But yeah, so I'll show y'all the kitchen floor now. So this is the floor, and you can see the pale yellow black background with the blue swirls and the black outlines. And it's all over the floor. It's just all over. So that was the piece of work I decided to do this week. And like I said, I think it really goes along with the reading between art and craft. And he didn't get paid for it. So I guess maybe it's still considered craft, but he didn't get paid for it. He did it for fun. So I guess it could be considered craft, but I like to consider it art because it did mean a lot to him, and it still means a lot to him. And they're actually moving back into this house with his family in a couple of weeks. So, the house obviously means a lot to him, and I think it's really cool. So yeah, that's my discussion for the week.